Imagine walking inside a room and commanding attention, commanding respect and interest from everyone around you without even saying a word. That's the power of body language. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly how to harness it. Have you ever wondered how some people command attention without even saying a word? Well, let me know about your thoughts in the comment section below, because today what I'm going to share with you has helped thousands of men all around the globe change their dating life and increase their social capital in their social circles. So let's talk about body language, a very crucial and important part when it comes to dating and your social life, but often it's overlooked and often people don't pay a lot of attention to it. Today I'm going to tell you a lot of body language mistakes that a lot of people make when they're approaching people or when they're talking to other people, which can actually kill your success rate. Now, tip number one is something that everyone knows but no one follows. It's having deep laser eye contact.
Seriously. So much eye contact, how come? If you are telling him, I can't create so much eye contact.
I understand. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm kind of shy.
Let's exchange information by tablet rating. Let's take a chance. Let's meet after that. And you have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend, doesn't matter.
Have a boyfriend.
Eye contact is one of the most powerful ways you can connect with someone and show your confidence. When you're talking to someone, especially in a dating scenario, I want you to maintain at least 60 to 70% steady eye contact. And a step further than this would be maintaining laser eye contact. Now, when I'm talking to any girl, I'm in my mind literally thinking that I'm staring at her soul. And what happens is, if a girl is a little shy, if a girl is a little introverted, she will say, hey, too much eye contact. But at that time, you never tone it down. Because if you tone it down at that time, the girl will think that this guy is inauthentic, he's fake. He was faking to be someone, he's actually not, just to impress me, and that goes against you. So, you need to find your sweet spot of having laser eye contact. To practice your sweet spot, you need to practice your eye contact in front of a mirror. When you're talking to a female, avoid looking away, avoid shifting your eye contact, avoid those nervous chuckles, because that actually kills attraction, it kills sexual tension, it shows the woman that you're not that confident. So maintain deep and steady eye contact, and you need to find your sweet spot. Now, what I mean by finding a sweet spot is, I would suggest before going out, stand in front of a mirror and practice your eye contact. Now, I used to do this for years and years because I was a guy who could not even maintain an eye contact with another guy when I'm talking to him. I used to feel so shy. And now when I'm talking to my clients, I had this funny incident. I was talking to one of my clients. He's like, hey man, you have such deep eye contact. And funny thing is, there was this writer who I was dating at that time, and she wanted to come to the meeting to see how the meeting goes. And the client was actually asking her, hey, do you actually get nervous on eye contact? Because even when we were on a Zoom call, because of his eye contact, I sort of get nervous. I have to flicker around. Now, one thing you need to understand is it's not only about projecting confidence, but you can also say a lot just with your eyes. I have these situations where I'm in a club, I'm just looking at a girl, the girl is looking at me, and just through the eyes, I'm conveying so much. Like there was this situation in Bangalore, I was on a boot camp, and I'm just looking at a girl, she's looking at me, and we're just looking at each other. She's with another guy, so I just tell her, hey, why don't you meet me over there? And all of this just conveyed through the eye contact. And this was sort of a mind-blowing revelation for me, because I never thought that this was possible just through the eye contact. And of course, there was some sort of interest level from the girl's side, and that's why she complied to that just through the eyes. So you need to understand eye contact is very important, very crucial if you want to get good with your dating skills. Tip number 2, avoid close posture. Now, teaching so many men about dating skills, doing so many boot camps all around the country, all around the globe, I've seen people, when they're talking to girls, they have like a hunched back, they have like their closed body language, you know, like really weird body language, hands behind their backs. And this was in the latest boot camp which I was conducting in Bangalore, and there was this guy who was not conscious about his body language.
Hands behind the back. Right? Like this is... Why is this not good? It's because the girl will think, does he have a fucking knife? Does he have a mic? Is he doing a prank video? Right? And that is going to kill the trust factor.
And this happens with a lot of people. They're not even conscious about their body language when they're interacting to women. Now with this guy, he had really good game, alright? He was approaching really well. Now the problem was, when he was approaching women, he always had his hands behind his back. Now with that, when the woman is talking to him, she might be thinking, oh, why is his hand behind his back? Does he have like a knife or something? Now that creates a lot of mistrust. When you're talking to a woman, you need to have the right kind of body language, which is your chest out, your shoulders at the back, and you're standing tall and you're looking at her deep in the eyes and you're communicating, because that is what creates massive trust and massive attraction. Tip number 3 is lack of facial expressions. You need to understand your facial expressions are a powerful tool for conveying emotions, really expressing yourself to the girl. So you need to use it wisely. And a lot of men, when they're talking to women, they're feeling extremely nervous and their facial expressions is like they're constipated, alright? And what happens is, when the girl sees that, they transfer that state to the girl, and the girls also feel an awkward emotion. She also feels awkward and discomfort. And because of that, the conversation doesn't go forward. forward. So avoid having that nervous facial expression, and how you can avoid that is just by having a smile before approaching. Like, even if you have a forced smile, this will keep the bad thoughts away, this will keep the negative thoughts away. And when you're talking to a girl, try to have a warm smile and you will see how easily she's able to connect with you. But if you go out and you don't have any expression and you're just like blank, then what will happen is the girl will also feel no emotions when she's talking to you. And you need to understand, you need to emotionally engage women if you want to get her attracted to you. Practice different facial expressions in front of a mirror so that when you're talking to a girl, you can use different facial expressions to show her that you're present to the moment. For example, she's telling you something about her family, alright? For example, you need to show empathy when she's talking about her family, when she's talking about her past experiences. So you really need to master this, because facial expressions will help you fully express yourself, and only when you fully express yourself, the girl is going to be emotionally invested in the conversation or in you. Tip number 4 is about invading personal space. Now, when you are nervous, when you're thinking, operating from inside your head, when you're completely new to this, what you're doing is, when you're going out meeting people, you don't know if you're invading their personal space, because all you're thinking about is, am I doing the right things? This is what I have to say? What do I have to say next? What do I do next? And what happens, you don't care about their personal space. So stop invading their personal space, because when you're meeting someone new, respecting their personal space is crucial for building rapport, okay? So what I mean by this is, if you're approaching a girl who's walking towards you, instead of just walking on her face and approaching her and startling her, what you need to do is you need to approach her from a little behind. Like, I want to show you an approach to demonstrate this example.
Bro, excuse me. 2 seconds. Hello. Arnav. What's your name?
So basically, the kind of approach that works when a girl is walking towards you is approaching her from far off, so she knows what to expect. She knows that you're going to come close. She knows that you're going to talk to her. And generally what I do is, I see a girl wearing a blue dress. I'm like, hey, girl with the blue dress, you look amazing today. But I'm not saying it from really far, like, 500 meters or 100 meters even, because at that time it can create a lot of social pressure on the girl because of the environment around us. Because if there are a lot of people, if it's like a really packed environment, then a lot of people are going to look at me, right? And people are going to look at her, that, oh, this guy's interacting with this girl, and that's going to build a lot of social pressure. So you need to find a sweet spot. What I'll do is, it's probably like a 2-arm or a 3-arm distance, what I generally follow. 3-arm is better because, the girl knows what to expect and she doesn't get startled and she doesn't get scared. Tip number 5 is fidgeting and having nervous habits. And I've also seen on boot camps, people who are just starting out, they'll probably have, like, their hand would be shivering when they're, shaking a girl's hand. And what it does is it betrays your confidence, alright? It shows the girl that you're an extremely low confident male, and that doesn't set a good image. So you need to work on that. You need to be more centered, be more calm and composed. And a great tip would be, don't excessively touch your face. Don't play with your hair too much. Don't tap too much. Have slow body movements instead of just moving really fast, moving really in a fidgety manner. Have really slow body language movements, and that's going to make you more intense as a person. One technique I always teach my students to use when they're out in the field interacting with a woman is focus on their breath. Alright, focus on your breath when you're interacting with a girl, and instead of thinking about, oh, am I doing the right thing? Is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Kill the internal dialogue and just focus on the breath and focus on her. Focus on talking to the woman and enjoying the present moment instead of thinking about it from your own head. By eliminating all of these body language mistakes, you're not only gonna come as more confident, but you're also gonna form more deeper relationships with women. Remember, your body language speaks volume, so make sure that it's sending the right message. And if you want our help with your dating life this year, schedule a call with my team and let's see how we can help you with your dating life. This is your coach Arnav, and I hope to see you in the field.